Right, so this is the deck. This one's just gonna show a few, a few little setups for Mystic Mime going first. And this is all the cards, so you can pause the screen. I'll let it go a few more seconds, or check out the other deck list and everything else. Probably the previous video of today if you're looking at this video. But I pointed to it before, but I'm gonna show you. As well as, like I said, I love the secret rares above anything else. I want to get the secret rares from the GX Ultimate Beginners Pack 1, but they're going for like $500-600, and that will make my deck even more pricier than the priced version the other video I put. But I want it because it's just rare, and it's a rare set of Exodia because it came in a video game. So I'm gonna be looking out for them, track people down who have them, and trade for them. Maybe in the long run, put money aside to save up. Maybe, I don't know, but I just want them because they're also secret rare, and they're more rare than any set of Exodia minus the DDS head of Exodia. I just want the limbs to match it. It's like it's a secret rare as far as I know. And if I ever win a regionals or whatever the case is, and they ask me is one thing I would want for as a champion winning with Exodia, I would love for them to create, even if it's just for me, create a complete DDS set of Exodia. Like the whole set is DDS. I'll have the rare set. I will never give it up, never trade it or anything. And I'll have the limbs that matches the head. But to get back into this, I'm going to show you a few different combos for the setup. Oh, that's there. Wait for that. But the setups will be for going first Mystic Mime. And like I said, I love this thing because I can freely speed up the videos without worrying about anything while holding the camera with one hand, or rather my phone. Got that Blastoise. But win condition, that's what we want to go for. Let's put that right there. That's the win condition of this deck. And you will need either or going first, along with Mystic Mime. So let's say opening hand, you have these. You can set, obviously. I recommend not putting them in the same zone, so that way they won't Mech Knight you if they play Mech Knights. Set, and then activate Mystic Mime. Now, under Mystic Mime, you cannot activate card effects, monster effects, because you have a monster, and you pass turn. On their turn, they're going to attempt to either not summon nothing so that you're stuck by yourself. Pro player will say, hey, screw him. If I have no out, I'm going to pass turn, leave him stuck on the Mystic Mime by himself, or set a monster, in which case, if they set a monster, and end turn, I would activate Dark Factory or more production, send Legion to grave, then their monsters on field, the status of the board checks. They can't ask you because now they have a monster on the field. You have no monsters. They cannot activate card effects. You will draw one, and then you search. If it's Legion, you're searching for any of the limbs of Exodia. But if it's Witch of the Black Forest, you want to get head first, so then you can search out the limbs more easily with the other legions. And then let's say you pass turn, that was end turn with the monster on board. You go, you draw a card. Now you have 3 cards in hand because you drew off of Dark Factory, you searched out a piece of Exodia, and you just drew for turn. And let's say which was the other card, they still have 1 monster on the field. You can set on your turn, activate, send again. Now you're drawing one other card, having 3 cards again in hand, and then you're searching again, yet again, for one of the main combo pieces of any piece of Exodia. And that will be going first, and then normally they'll either scoop or let you bring out Exodia so they can know what to stop. and then hopefully by then you're drawing cards off of random cards because you're just drawing from Dark Factory Remote Production. Hopefully you go into your draw combos and you can just go into your draw fake combo to just instantly go into Exodia like 1 or 2 turns later. So that's one way. That's one setup for Mystic Mind going first. Another setup, which almost everybody should know. Summon DD Guide. DD Guide states when it is normal summoned, you give control of it to your opponent. So normal summon DD Guide. It switches control to them. They get the monster. Then you activate Mystic Mind. Now, this is good for 2 reasons. One, they're instantly locked out of monster effects because they have a monster face up, and it matters. And you have Mystic Mind. Now, if they have Lightning Storm, they can't Lightning Storm you because they have a face up card. They will have to get rid of that tribute a monster in defense mode, then play Lightning Storm to pop your Mystic Mind. But this is another 2-card combo where they're instantly locked out of monster effects if they play a monster heavy deck. Well, on combo deck, they're instantly locked out. And then cards to even help this out further, let's say you have these 2 going first. And let's say these are your 4 cards. This is your opening hand. You go first. Summon. Switch control to them. Drop that Mystic Mime so they can ash nothing. At this point, they cannot ash you. Then, play Upstart. They gain 1,000 light points. You draw a card. Now, they have 9,000, you have 8,000, and they have a monster on field. If you have Draw a Fate, you can now play it. Freely going first. Going first, they're locked out. They can't ash you because they have a monster that you gave them. Their effects are out, done for. You gave them 1,000 life points, drew a card, so now you have 2 cards in hand, and then you can play Draw a Fate, stack any 3 cards you want on top of your deck, and just either go straight for Exodia, or you can stack the 1-ofs you have to guarantee setup for next turn. So I would stack, let's say you want to guarantee weight. I would stack another Draw a Fate. I would stack Field Barrier. So let's say out of the 3 cards shuffled, you draw Field Barrier. You can set Field Barrier, but Draw a Fate so you could go into your next turn. And the last card I would stack is 1 day apiece. So depending on the situation, you have Draw a Fate for your 2 turns later, because you're gonna have to wait 2 more turns. You would draw 1, then wait for another turn, and then another turn to have all 3 cards to go into another Draw a Fate combo. That way you set protection. You have 1 day apiece just in case they do pop it before you get to this. You have your protection from 1 day apiece, and that would set up for that. And then you go from there, and you're just going into your main setup, your main win condition. And then the last one would be just opening up simple Field Barrier and Mystic Mime. Play Mystic Mime, play Field Barrier. Simple. So I'll say this is one way going first. So they can't do nothing. They'll summon a monster, they'll be locked out. Or they'll just pass turn, and they'll just keep passing turn, and you can just go from there. And if they're passing turn, and you have the setup, you can then go from there into the other combo of, this is your second combo of Mystic Mime going first, and your draw package, the draw search. I call this a draw search package. And then the final one is the DD guide one. So even if you open up like this and you don't have nothing except that, that's fine. You'll keep passing turn, but then let's say you draw, you have one of these, you're holding it in hand, but then you draw Dark Factory or more production, at which point, let's say you did open up that, but you have one of these in hand, and then you drew into this. Now you can just trick them into it, so you could trap them. I would set, pass turn. They summon a monster, flip up, send, draw, search while they have a monster. Even if they don't summon a monster and they just leave you on their Mystic Mime, you're still good with the draw search because then you draw. Then on your turn, you can flip up Dark Factory or more production, send to draw. And now you can get Ash at this point because this is protecting this from getting popped. But neither one of you have monsters on the field now because you sent the monster. So they can Ash this, or what's the other one? That you can't draw for the rest of the turn. But that searches, so they would have to, Droll and Lockbird. They can Droll and Lockbird you, or Ash this one and then Droll and Lockbird this one. But at this point, let's say it still goes unchecked. They just pass turn. It's your turn. You activate effect. Send. You draw still, and you search. Because neither one of you have monsters, so you still get your draw and your search. Then you can just set and go again. So even while they're not trying to summon a monster, your combo is going with the draw and search. Like, then next you set, pass turn. They're not doing nothing on the end of their turn. Send, draw, search a piece. And then you run 3 of each. So even if you're just going under this lock, just wait a few turns. You'll be drawing, searching Exodia without even going into your main combo. Like, this will be a secondary way to just bring out Exodia without them having a monster. And then if you happen to draw into DD Guide, it won't take effect, but yeah, regard what I was just gonna say. But that's basically going first with this deck.